I headed to the race with 7 dogs and the only $2 we had left at home. But the moment I walked into the registration office, the staff told me the entry fee was $10. I froze on the spot. Right then, a reporter stepped in and covered the remaining $8 for me. That's how I managed to register. But everyone there thought I'd never make it through the race. This was an 800-kilometer race where sled dogs had to pull me the entire distance. Only first place would take home the $10,000 prize, but I believed I could win. The race began, and all the competitors charged forward at full speed. As a first-time racer, I pushed hard and shot into first place. The other racers figured I'd never be able to keep it up, but I didn't care one bit. I blazed ahead to the first checkpoint, where the course turned into dense forest with barely any trail. I pulled my dogs up into the woods, but just as I neared the top, the other racers came charging up the path I'd broken through. That's when I realized I'd cleared the way for them, but I didn't have time to worry about that. I kept pushing forward, letting the dogs pull me onward. I reached the first rest station, and since I had no money, I couldn't eat like the others. I just shared the bread I'd brought from home with the dogs. After everyone fell asleep, I took off again. I kept my lead that way, but this made some people angry. Someone had placed bets against me, and to force me out of the race, one competitor unleashed his dogs to attack mine. By the time I got my dog away, it was covered in wounds. Seeing that, I knew someone was deliberately trying to sabotage me. I pulled out the handgun from my pack, stormed into the rest station, and fired a shot at the guy. Then I pointed the gun at him and warned him to back off. I put the injured dog on the sled and kept racing. I gritted my teeth and pushed through. Finally, I was closing in on the finish line. But I was so weak that I suddenly collapsed on the ground. That's when the racer behind me caught up. The injured dog jumped off the sled, grabbed the rope in its teeth, and tried to drag me across the finish line. I forced myself to stand back up. Another racer was catching up too. Every last bit of strength I had and charged toward the finish line. I crossed it and became the champion of the race, but I also collapsed to the ground.